Samwise GG, and we are back with some Rift. Today we're going to look at some Rift 4. Now, this is the first time I've gone in with this group of people, so I'm not sure our success rate, but let's give it a go anyway. We've got the right leader skills. I'm running HP leader skill. Next to me, Pionta is running defense leader skill, and then we've also got resistance at the end there. So hopefully we've got the right teams and the right mix. I've been doing a lot of Rift 4 lately. I did manage to succeed at Rift 5 a couple weeks ago, but I have to admit it was the two people that I was with. It wasn't me at all. I died at the very last 25%, so just after the dragon did that last little bit, then the mega massive kill skill, I died all 3 times, and it was the other 2 that really got me through. So given that experience, it was great fun, and I am hugely grateful to the 2 people who allowed me to be on their Rift team, knowing that I wasn't really pulling my weight, but I am very much sticking at Rift 4 now. I realised that's where my strengths lie at the moment, and over the coming weeks and months I'll be looking at strengthening my team. I want to put Fire Panda in my front line and take out Hua as well, so I'm hoping that over the next few weeks, certainly after next rune removal day, I'll be able to swap the 2 of them out, and then I'll have 3 in my front line. So I'll show you my team as it stands. So I'm over here. So I run one of 2 leader skills. I either run Wang's defense leader skill or Sekhmet's HP skill. So in my experience, and there seems to be a lot of research out there from other really top players, I shouldn't say other top players, from the top players, really strengthening or supporting this theory that the best leader skills out there for Rift are HP, defense and resistance. You can also sub out HP for speed as well. So they're sort of the 4 main ones. You certainly need defense and resistance leader skills, and then it's a bit of a toss-up between HP and speed. So in my front line, I've got Wang, as I said, and Sekhmet, and they're both runed HP, defense, and HP. So Wang's actually, I'll show you him. He is runed Violent Revenge, and he's on defense crit damage defense. Got a little bit of lag here, sorry about that, guys and gals. So he is defense crit damage defense. Then Sekhmet is HP defense HP, I think. Oh, Annabelle, 1, 2, 5, here we go. So she's a bit of a mixed bag in terms of her rune set, and that's just because I only recently 6-starred her, and I put whatever sort of junk I had on to put her in my Rift team. I'll show you her runes in just a minute. Good success, good victory. Let's hope for some good stuff. That's that's one thing that annoys me. You can get the top place, do the most damage, and be the best supportive team member, and you can still get the shittest of all of the rewards at the end, which just sucks. But hey, it is what it is, and it goes in circles, so ebbs and flows and all of that stuff. I've been, like I said, when I was doing Rift 5 and failing every time, I was still getting some really good stuff. So it doesn't matter, because sometimes you'll be the number 1, and sometimes you'll be the 3rd person, sometimes you might even wipe out, and at the end of the day, that's what happens with events and things like this, where it's very much about the team rather than the individual. So as soon as we get into this, I'll show you my runes again. And here we go. Let's check out Samwise GG. So as I said, here we go, Sekhmet. Mixed bag. She's on HP, defense, HP. I don't really know that the optimal way of building her. She does need accuracy, that's a must, and because I'm running on my front line, I need HP and defense, but to be honest, 1200 is just not high enough. I really want her to be around 1800 in defense, so I either put her to my back line or I need to improve that defense. So I'll be looking at doing that over the next few weeks, definitely. Or I should say, next few rune removal days. Annabelle is my primary cleanser, and she is amazing. I have what I believe to be the best Annabelle in the game. She is just She's perfection right there, honestly. I've got her on Violent Broken, and she's attack, attack, attack. Her speed is low, that's obvious, and her accuracy is questionable, but I don't really need accuracy because I use her for a cleanse, primarily, and that's everywhere. She does do an AoE defense break as well, so in this instance she will do a defense break, but it's not 100%. So she's really just there for her cleanse and her heal. So Colleen is really what I would call my primary healer. Obviously she only has one heal in terms of her skill set, but she's there for her heal, and she also does a heal block, which is super handy. She's runed for Rift, so she's on speed HP. And Lisa also there for her cleanse, and she's also runed for Rift, so she's on speed HP defense, I believe. Both violent, yep, there we go. So again, you know, her speed is pretty good, and so is Colleen's. Obviously not perfect, but I'm happy with where they're at. So Lisa is there for her cleanse and her glancing hit, and is my only damage dealer. She is ruined for Necro. Sorry, no, is she ruined for Necro? She's not on a speed build. She's on, yeah, more of a dungeon build really. So she's ruined for survivability. I've got her on, what's this one? It's HP attack. So she really needs to be on speed for Rift, to be honest, but she does the job. I'm happy with her, and I do plan on subbing her out for Fire Panda as soon as I can. So if we have a look at the other two, I don't want to go through their runes just in case they're a little bit precious about that, which is absolutely their right. We've got Beanie Dragon, so he's running Chas Diaz in the front line, I believe. Let's go check him out. So he's over here. Yeah, so Chas Diaz in his front line, and then he's got his Monkey King in the back line, which is interesting. Big damage! Glancing hit. So let's just check him out again. Yeah, so his Fire Monkey King is in the back line, which is interesting. He must have him on more of a damage build than defense build, which is interesting. There's so many different ways of ruining the Fire Monkey Kings that I'm not 100. I think mine works. I'm happy with where he's at, but you know, you can see here that you can absolutely run him in backline as well. So this guy here, Beanie Drago, he's running single cleanser in Lisa, which is absolutely something that you can do. He's got two healers in Chas and Colleen. Although you really could get by if you've got a really strong healer, super fast, then you could get by with one healer. I think, you know, many people do. What you need is a really fast, reliable cleanser. And the dragon's down. Bow. This is a really good Rift team. Happy with this. Excellent. So since we're doing so, since we're doing so well, go in one more time, start again. And then, so in this one, I'll just talk a little bit about my thoughts on the, I guess, just some things to keep out for if you are looking at doing Rift 4. Firstly, all your monsters, they really do need to be ruined well, and you're looking at level 46 star. Whenever I am looking for a team or I'm joining a team and there's someone that has a monster that's not quite maxed out in terms of, you know, level 40, instantly for me that's something that I'll leave the party, or if I'm the leader then I will ask them to leave, because it's just for the amount of the expenditure, and it's 9 energy to do Rift 4, it's not worth risking on someone who isn't yet level 40. That's something that, you know, it's personal choice, and everyone has their own thoughts on that, but that's something that I do look for. The other thing, as I said before, it's really about leader skills. Make sure you have defense leader skill and you have resistance leader skill, and then it's a toss up between HP or speed. Crit rate doesn't really help, so my crit rate on Monkey is like 40%, and he's got crit damage on slot 4. He does need extra crit rate, but you need something that's really going to help you survive and kill the boss, and crit rate's just one of those ones that in this instance it's not as helpful as HP, defense, speed and resistance. So the resistance is really handy because of those stuns. You want to have better resistance so that you can hopefully keep at least one or two of your mons not stunned. Like you can see my team here, those stuns can be the difference between wiping out and, you know, getting your HP back up to full health. So that's really important. The other thing is making sure that you've got a good mix of the buffs and debuffs in your team as well. So for the dragon, I mean, obviously you want every single debuff in the game on that dragon. I mean, why wouldn't you? But the really critical ones, you have to have heal block. Absolutely must have heal block, otherwise you're probably likely to wipe, and if not, it's going to take you a hell of a lot longer. So make sure you've got a reliable mon in your team that can apply the heal block. As you can see, we're all running Colleen's, all three of us, and that's super handy. Lisa, you can see we've got, all of us have Lisa, two of us have Fire Wang, well, he is Wang, Fire Monkey King, two of us have Annabelle. You know, there's a whole range of options that you can use, but that heal block is essential. Cleanse in your team is essential. Make sure you have a cleanser, if not two cleansers, like what, you know, the two of us have here. So beyond heal block, you want defense break. Absolutely critical. Defense break is, you know, it's really going to save your life, basically. Slow is handy because the more attacks that you can get in before he attacks is always going to help you, hence why speed leader is a really good idea as well. And you don't want to bring too many buffs in your team. So you don't really, this game, or this particular part of the game, is really less about your buffs on your mons and much more about debuffs on the boss. So the less buffs that you have on you, the better. And then, yeah, in terms of the debuffs on the boss, I said everything is great. Heal block's essential and defense break is essential. But then if you can get the slow, you can get glancing, attack break, all of those wonderful things, then that's going to help as well, keeping in mind that you can't dot him. So no damage over time. But one of the measures that you have unlocked, you've got your damage measure, but then also your assist as well, which is really handy. So you can see here that it was Beanie Drago that was leading the way by damage by far, but then it was Pionta, or however you say his name, who's actually leading the assist, and Beanie Drago's at the bottom. So he's obviously got a really strong damage team, but he's not really assisting the team overall, which is how you get your totals here. So if you've got a full support team, that's really good. It's not always about the damage you do, and it can be, you know, very much about the debuffs that you're putting on the dragon. So just keep that in mind as well. I need a heal. Come on, Annabelle. Oh, well timed. That was beautiful. She just saved my whole team just then. So as you can see here, segment's down. She's really not rude for frontline rift. She does the job, but I need to improve her because she won't survive in R5, and I don't know that she'll make the transition. Well, she certainly won't make the transition with her current runes, but I need to look at that more closely as I'm about to transition over to R5. And there you have it. Copper, I've heard is really good, and I'm seeing him a lot in R4 teams at the moment. Fire Panda obviously is great. The thing you need to keep out for with Fire Panda is that he does put the heal buff, if you can call it a heal buff, on everyone. So this team here, you've got Colleen's attack buff, you've got Chasun's attack buff, and then Fire Panda also puts a buff on as well. Obviously the two attack buffs don't stack, but just something to keep in mind. Over here, the only buff that this team is running is the attack buff from Colleen, so not a huge issue there. We're getting through this in pretty quick time, so it's a very effective combo that we have here, but you know, the key thing, well, as you can see, Beanie Dragon keeps leading the way there. Oh, that's nice. Jealous, although Rainbow Mon's are always handy. So we're going to leave it there on that note. Thank you all for tuning in, and if you've got any really great unusual combos that you're using in R4 or R5, I would love to hear it. So please do you know, like, comment and subscribe below, and I'll speak to you all in the next video. Thanks!